It's 11:30 on the 6th of May and I am still in Jiri. Jiri, just over there. Just come for about probably a 5-minute walk out of Jiri and I found part of the EBC trek. So down there will take me away to base camp. All morning I've been sitting in my room, I've been doing some journaling and I played my sound, my new singing bowl, and I wasn't sure if I wanted to organise to get a jeep as far up the road as I could or whether I should walk. And now that I've just come down here, I've decided I'm going to walk. It's really beautiful. There's pine trees everywhere. It's like being in the forest at home. You can smell the pine trees. And the man that I'm staying with said it's about a 2-hour walk to the next village. So I might just go and grab some lunch, pack my bag, and then head off this afternoon for a nice little stroll down the road for a couple of hours. Nice way to start my trek. I feel really good with that decision. Now that I've sort of been here, I can feel that I need to walk it. So I'm going to do that this afternoon. Okie dokie, here goes nothing. Everest Base Camp, here I come. I'm pretty sure these little green signs are the way. Okie dokie, I'm just about to go off the road and onto the trail for the first time. Those little signs are the way. That's the main road and that's where I'm going. So the gentleman that I stayed with last night said this should take 2 to 3 hours. 2 hours if I'm quick and 3 hours if I'm slow, so it could take me 3 hours. This is it. Holy shit balls. Okay, this is going to be an interesting trip. That, I think, might be the trail. Not this. So back down I go and I'll try the other one. Take 2, this looks a little bit more like the actual trail. Yes, this is definitely it. That little sign says I'm on the right way. Holy moly. I'm just going to take a minute and process the monumentalness of this. That there is the very beginning of the Everest Base Camp trek. I've just approached the next sign telling me where to go. And I'll show you there was two options. Up the hill or down that way. And you'll be very happy to know, not as happy as I was, that the subway, yes. So I've just come out of there and I didn't know whether to go up or down. And I've just noticed the prayer flags look like an arrow pointing down. So down I go. The prayer flags lied. It's up. It is just after 7 o'clock at night on Monday the 6th of May. Today has just been the most incredible day and another amazing lesson in letting go and trusting. So when I was in Kathmandu, I was told that once I arrived in Jiri, I could get a jeep quite a way up the trail, which would save me 2 days hike or trekking. So when I arrived in Jiri, the man that I stayed with there, he said, no, you can't get a jeep that far, and there was no buses. So I was like, okay. And I really wasn't sure what to do, whether or not I should walk or try and talk to one of the local jeep drivers and get a lift to the next town, which I can't remember the name of it, but it's written in my diary. So I went for a walk down to the start of the trail and just had a feel. And when I got there, it was overwhelming that I needed to walk. So that was about, I think, maybe 11:30 this morning. And I'd been told it was about a 2 to 3 hour trek from Jiri to the next place. I'm like, that's all good. I'll leave about 1, be there by 3:30, and plenty of time just to chill in the afternoon and whatever. So I went back to where I stayed and I fixed up my bill. And then I had another pot of ginger lemon honey tea because it's so yummy. And then I went back to my room to pack my pack. And I sat there again. I'm like, do I want to walk or do I want to try and get a jeep? I'm like, oh, I didn't know. So I packed my pack and I walked out the door and I said to myself, okay, if somebody asks me if they want to take me if they can take me somewhere, I'll drive. But if nobody approaches me, I'll walk. So I walked through town towards the side of the trail and not a single person approached me about a lift. So I'm like, okay, well, that means I've got to do the walk. And then when I found the side of the trail, it was such a beautiful feeling and it felt so right. And of course the first little bit was straight uphill and so many stairs. But I coped really well, carried my pack well. I felt really good. And yeah, just it's all fairly well marked out. There was a couple of times I was like, oh, I don't know if I'm going the right way, but it's really well signposted. And then the sign said 3.5 hours. Like, all right, well, 3.5 might take me 4.5. So still 1, 2, 3, 4, be there by maybe about 5. So I just walked and walked and walked. uphill, downhill, across around the mountains. It was pretty beautiful scenery, and all the people that I came across were so lovely. And then I got to a point and I found this man just started walking with me, and we started having a conversation in very broken English. And he told me he was going to the same place I was going, and he took me, like, he showed me the way, and it was all uphill. So he got me to get my trekking pole out to make that easier. And then it had been a little bit thundery for a little bit, but then it started to rain just lightly. And there was a little Sherpa house kind of in the middle of nowhere, and he brought me there. He must have known the people. He brought me in to have a warm cup of tea. And then as we were sitting and having our tea, the thunderstorm hit and it poured really, really heavy rain. So as we were sitting there and having very broken English conversation, the man that lived here offered me to stay here for the night, a bed and dalbat for 1,000 rupees, which I think is like $11. And I just went, okay, let go and trust. Let go and trust. I was probably about two hours from where I was like headed when I left this morning or this afternoon. And you know what? No, this is the most amazing opportunity to stay in a Sherpa home, and it's just incredible. And this is the power of letting go and not having plans and expectations, and just allowing what's meant to be to flow. And I've had the most incredible afternoon here. I've sat and there's been people come in and out and had food and spoken in Nepalese, and I've just watched the daily life, and it's just been incredible. I wouldn't have had this experience any other way. So yeah, just a really big lesson in letting go and trusting and just going with the flow. Really beautiful. The man that I walked with here is coming back at 7 o'clock in the morning and is going to walk with me to the next town. I've paid him 500 rupees to do that. I think it's like $5. And so that'll be really cool to hang out with him again too. So I will report back tomorrow and see where we go.